have breaking news. Cassie Ventura is now on the stand in the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking.
Cassie Ventura, Sean Diddy Combs' ex-girlfriend and one of his accusers, testified for nearly 20 hours over 4 days in his federal criminal trial. She described the physical abuse she said she endured during their relationship and detailed how Combs orchestrated drug-fueled sex performances he called freak-offs. She became emotional as she said she would give back her $20 million civil settlement to have never endured a freak-off. Richard is a former member of Diddy Cassie, a musical group formed by Combs as part of the MTV reality series, Making the Band. Richard testified she saw Combs attack Ventura in 2009. She said Combs came into the kitchen where they both were and tried to hit Ventura with a skillet. After the altercation, Combs dragged Ventura by her hair upstairs. Richard said she heard glass breaking and yelling. Richard said she didn't report the abuse because she was afraid and was scared to do anything in fear of what that might mean for Me Too. The next day, Richard said Combs asked her and another woman to come to his house where he told them what they witnessed was passion and what lovers do, and told them it was in their best interest if we didn't say anything. Judge Arun Subramanian has heated concerns from the prosecution about disclosing the order of their witnesses too far in advance, saying he will not compel the attorneys to release their full lineup for next week. Prosecutor Maureen Comey had told Subramanian the prosecution is concerned about potential witness tampering or obstruction. The defense had argued they could better prepare exhibits for cross-examination if they knew the witness order ahead of time, but Subramanian ultimately sided with the prosecution's concerns. The judge is now off the bench and court has concluded for the week. The jury will return on Monday at 9 a.m. Sean Diddy Combs' federal criminal trial will show where society stands when it comes to attitudes toward accountability for sexual abuse, according to former prosecutor Lonnie Combs. This case is really going to be a litmus test for where our society is now after the Me Too movement. Combs told CNN's Jake Tapper today, referencing the movement that brought global awareness to and condemnation of sexual violence. Combs went on to say that we're kind of swinging back as a society when it comes to what it means to hold alleged sexual violence perpetrators accountable. The question here is, can people look at this case and understand that in abusive relationships there are good and bad moments, right? Prosecutor Maureen Comey said Carrie Morgan, Cassie Ventura's former best friend, will be the next witness after Dawn Richard finishes giving testimony. Ventura's mom is also among the witnesses expected to testify early next week. She said, prosecutors and Sean Diddy Combs' defense attorneys are now having a discussion about former Diddy Cassie singer Dawn Richard's testimony. Earlier, Judge Arun Subramanian indicated they would sidebar over a defense objection to Richard's description of threats Combs made. Just before the judge dismissed the jury for the day, Richard, who worked for Combs in the mid-2000s, testified that after she and another woman saw Combs attack Cassie Ventura, he encouraged him not to say anything about the assault. The next day, Combs asked Richard and the other woman, Kalena Harper, to come to his home. He brought them into a recording studio, locked the door, and told them that what they witnessed was passion and what lovers do. Richard testified. Combs told them it was in our best interest if we didn't say anything, and that where he comes from, people go missing if they talk. Richard testified. He then gave them flowers. She said, Judge Arun Subramanian dismissed the jury for the day, telling them the parties would stay behind to work after calling a sidebar over a defense objection to former Diddy Cassie singer Dawn Richard's description of Sean Diddy Combs' threats. Former Diddy Cassie member Dawn Richard testified that after she witnessed the altercation in the kitchen, Sean Diddy Combs dragged Cassie Ventura upstairs by her hair's arm around her neck. She said she heard glass breaking and yelling from upstairs. Richard said she didn't say anything to intervene or call the police because she was afraid. She said she was scared to do anything in fear of what that might mean for Me Too. Dawn Richard said she worked for Sean Diddy Combs from 2004 to 2011. Richard, the former Diddy Cassie singer, said she knew Combs by the nickname Puff and pointed him to identify him in the courtroom when asked. Richard said she saw Cassie Ventura being attacked by Sean Combs in 2009. He came downstairs screaming, belligerent, asking where his food was, and proceeded to hit her over the head, kicked her, and beat her to the ground in front of us, she testified. He proceeded to come over to her and took the skillet with the eggs in it and tried to hit her over the head with it, and she fell to the ground, she said. It didn't seem that it hit her fully, Richard added, saying it seemed like Ventura dropped the ground because she anticipated the hit. She went into the fetal position, she said. Editor's note: if you or someone you know is struggling with intimate partner violence, there are resources available, including the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Yassine Binda, the special agent testifying in Sean Diddy Combs' trial, testified that it appeared a woman was staying with Combs in his Manhattan hotel room before he was arrested in 2024. Binda confirmed that detail when asked by defense attorney Tenny Garagos during cross-examination. Binda is now off the stand. Prosecutor Madison Smicer has finished up her direct questioning of Special Agent Yassine Binda. Defense attorney Tenny Garagos is up to cross-examine Binda, who just testified about the search of Sean Diddy Combs' hotel room following his 2024 arrest. Special Agent Yassine Binda testified that $9,000 in cash was found in a black fanny pack hanging off the bed in Sean Diddy Combs' hotel room. The jury saw a photo of the fanny pack. At prosecutor Madison Smicer's request, Binda took the cash out of the fanny pack that was in an evidence bag, fanning it out for the jury to see. The jury also passed around an evidence bag holding the 2 bags of ketamine and MDMA pink powder that were found in the hotel room. The jury saw photos of the expansive Park Hyatt hotel room and Ziploc bags filled with Johnson's baby oil and lubricant, which were recovered from bags in an entryway closet. More bottles of baby oil and lubricant were found in the bathroom and elsewhere in the room, Binda said. The jury saw a photo of the collected oils. The jury also saw a photo of a lighting device that was found in the living room. Binda said she would describe it as potentially mood lighting. A bottle of medication with the name Frank Black was found in a Louis Vuitton bag on a nightstand in the bedroom, Binda testified. The label on the bottle said the medication was clonazepam. 2 little bags with pink powder were found inside another bottle of medication in a nightstand in the bedroom, Binda said. The pink powder in one of the bags tested positive for ketamine, and the other tested positive for MDMA and ketamine, according to a stipulation read in court. Cassie Ventura finished her time on the stand today, answering questions from both sides in Sean Diddy Combs' federal criminal trial. Her testimony wrapped up after nearly 20 hours over 4 days on the witness stand. On Friday, she testified more about physical abuse at the hands of Combs and the drug-fueled freak-offs that happened over the course of their more than a decade-long relationship. When Combs' defense attorney finished her main cross-examination of Ventura, Combs stood and hugged his lawyer when she returned to the defense table. Ventura said she believes Combs was intoxicated, but said she couldn't objectively define whether he was in a blackout when he dragged and kicked her in a March 2016 assault captured by hotel surveillance cameras. Ventura also accused Combs of other controlling behavior, testifying that he would take her phone or passport when he was angry with her. Ventura said there were times Combs didn't remember physically abusing her, but there were times where he was pretty aware of what he was doing. She also added it's just who he was, and that she had seen him be violent with other people. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates.